Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and this week it's time to pick another monthly TBR. Obviously, I didn't do this in May. I was mood reading and having just the best time trying to finish all these books that I really wanted to get to. I haven't read quite as many as I was hoping to, but I am filming this a little bit early, so hopefully I can get a couple more books read before the end of the month. In June, I was a little tempted to just read whatever I wanted to, but I do want to get back to using my prompts. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be picking 6 prompts as per usual. There are some books that I'm really anticipated picking up, so we'll see if I can try and get those on this TBR. Prompt number 1. Should I try and see if you guys can read it? Flowers on cover. Okay, so nothing that I was anticipating or was left off of my other TBRs seemed to have flowers on the cover. So I'm just going to go through my Goodreads and I think go through the most recent editions that I've added backwards, I guess, and then just see. Because obviously, if I've added it recently, I'm probably more interested in it. Oh, the last thing that I added on here was Nightshade by Autumn Woods. I think this has flowers on the cover, but this does start a new series. That could be a good option. Why are there like no books with flowers on the cover? At least that I have added to this list. Maybe we should just do this one. I feel like this would be a good time for this one, kind of a summery romance. This is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. This is the Dream Harbor series, book 4. These are fine. They're not the best romances that I've ever read by any means, but I definitely want to continue the series and eventually finish them off. And since it is now finally getting warm, I feel like it might be a good time to read this one. Let me just double check that these are still on Kindle. Yes, so I'm going to download this so that we can read this as our first book in June. Prompt number 2. A book published after 2015. This could be quite literally anything. For this one, I'm going to pick Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I have this out from the library. I'm going to have to read this in June anyway. I am terrified to read this book. I also didn't realize it was quite this long. I've heard that people get like emotionally devastated by this one, so I'm terrified. Whatever book 4 is called, I got a notice that I was able to check it out from my library, but I put it on, I suspended my hold because I haven't read this one yet. So let's put this one on my TBR. This was also published February 2016, so definitely after 2015, but not by much. I also definitely don't want to wait too much longer before continuing the Red Rising series because I even left a couple months between my reread of Red Rising and Golden Sun, and I had a bit of trouble remembering everything that was going on. So I definitely want to continue reading these ones. Prompt number 3. A 5-word title. That's kind of crazy. I could read this, which I've had this basically since it came out. Maybe a little after because I didn't realize it was coming out. Should we just do it? This is a Nico D'Angelo adventure, so I can't remember what the first one was called. The Sun and the Star was the first Nico D'Angelo story, and this is written by Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro. This is like a continuation, spin-off, side quest to the Percy Jackson series, but following Nico, who is a demigod, the son of Hades, and just so much fun. So I feel like we should catch up on my Percy Jackson series with this one. I've been meaning to read this one for a little while. I really enjoyed The Sun and the Star. Yeah, I guess this is a first edition from September 2025. Let's just get back to this, shall we? That was surprisingly easy. I thought I was going to have to look for a book for a while. I definitely didn't mention this, but June is my birthday month, so definitely just wanting to read the books that I'm excited about this month, but apparently it might be emotionally devastating. Let's do prompt number 4. Let's say new series. So I guess we're starting a new series. What do I want to start? I don't know if you can barely see this, but I have the Bridge Kingdom up here, which I've had a couple people tell me that I need to start, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. Let's go back to my list and see what we got. Oh, actually, maybe I should do Daggermouth, because I downloaded that, I think, before it got traditionally published, because I was afraid that, or before it got picked up for being traditionally published, because I was afraid that it was going to be taken off Kindle Unlimited, and I wanted to read it. And I know that this has really good reviews, and I've been wanting to pick it up. So I think we'll do that. Let's do Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf. I think that's who the author is. I've quite literally only heard good reviews about that book, and I'm really excited to be able to fit this on a TBR and read it. Prompt number 5. Let's do this one. A title that starts with G. I really hope that you can read all of these that I'm showing you. It's my terrible penciled writing. Okay, so let's sort these alphabetically and try to find something that starts with G. Oh, perfect. See, I found something that I think would be a good one, but then I look at everything else that I have on here and I'm not quite sure. But I think we are just going to put this on here because looking at these other ones, there's a bunch that are in the middle of series that I haven't started, or I just don't know what they are. I put them on like years ago when I was first getting into Bookstagram, or it's like Kristen Hanna, The Great and Alone, and I don't need to put myself through more emotional trauma this month. So let's do, where did it go? Let's do Glint by Raven Kennedy. This is The Plated Prisoner, Book 2. So continuing another series. I have wanted to get back to this one because it's been a little while since I read book 1 in the series. I read it in a reading every book on my TBR, randomly picking a book off my TBR, something to that effect, reading vlog sometime last year, I think. I feel like it's been a while. But let's get back to this. Let's just add more fantasy to this TBR, shall we? And for the 6th and final book on my TBR, it's a long one. Author's name starts with the same letter as yours. So my initials are ST, so let's see if we can find anything that matches that. If not, we'll just do my first name, I guess. We could do the book that I did for this the last time, which is The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. So there's also The Poet Empress, which I feel like I've heard a lot of people talking about recently, and a couple books by Saba Tahir, which again, I don't know that I want to necessarily start a new series. So The Sinner is one that I still really wanted to get to. So I think I'm going to just put that one on the list by Chantal Tessier. We'll just go with that. We'll make that easy. I was planning on reading that in this next week, but maybe I'll push that one off and try to read some of these other ones that I still have lingering. Okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, so this is my physical TBR stack for June. We'll see how I do. This is a very heavy reading month in terms of page numbers and also like content, to be fair. For June, I will be reading For a Book with Flowers on the Cover, The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. For a book published after 2015, we have Morning Star by Pierce Brown. For a book with a 5-word title, we have The Court of the Dead by Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro. For a new series, we have Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf. I really hope that's the author's name because I did not look it up. For a book with the title that starts with G, we have Glint by Raven Kennedy. And a book where the author has the same initials as you, we have The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. What a reading month. I have been a little reading fiend over the last couple weeks, so hopefully that can continue through June and I can read all of these books that I am so excited about, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. But that is everything for today's video. That is picking my June TBR. Let me know down below what you are planning on reading for June. I would love to chat with you and add more books to my TBR as always. If you'd like to find me on the other corners of the internet, all of my links are linked down below. I hope that you have a great rest of your week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.